All opinions and comments expressed by the hosts and guests of this podcast are solely those of the individual speakers and do not represent the views or positions of any theater or theatrical organization with which they may be affiliated. Welcome to the ACT Podcast, Actors Creating Together, a podcast dedicated to theater here in the South Texas area. And now, here are your hosts, Jessica, Cameron, and Mario.
Welcome back, everybody, to our second episode of Actors Creating Together.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, guys. Talking about all the new shows or the upcoming shows in the Coastal Bend area. So we're going to go down the list of from theater to theater. We're going to split it up here. So bear with us. This is just information for you guys to have so that if you're interested in auditioning for one of these shows that haven't been cast yet, we'll have the information for that as well here and on our Facebook page, hopefully. So we're going to go through the first theater. So, of course, Aurora Arts Theatre is having the Rocky Horror Show, and that is scheduled to start on September 19th, and it's going to run all the way to November 1st, with shows being on Friday and Saturday. And I believe in October, there'll be double shows on Saturday, 7 and 11 p.m., I believe. And if you haven't seen this show, it's awesome. Every year, Aurora seems to be doing this for the last, I think, 7 to 10 years that they've been doing it. But if you don't know anything about the show, I'll give you a little bit of a summary. The Rocky Horror Show is a 1973 rock musical by Richard O'Brien about a newly engaged innocent couple, Brad and Janet, who stumble upon the castle of Dr. Frankenfurter, a mad scientist from Transylvania. And if you've seen the movie and seen the play, you'll really have to go to this one because this is one of those interactive plays that you can speak back to the cast. Cameron understands speaking back to the cast and putting their lines in between the actors' lines. It's kind of confusing, but it's a real good time. So if you can make it out there, if you haven't got your tickets yet, you might want to hurry up and head out to auroraartstheatre.com and see if you can get your tickets for a show that might still be available.
Maybe. I know that most of the days have been sold out. So
once those tickets are released, they go quick.
Yes.
So yes, try it. You might get lucky. They're also doing auditions for their Christmas holidays program, which we were talking about last episode, and it is Elf the Musical. And auditions for that will start September 21st and 22nd at 6 p.m. at Aurora Arts Theatre, and the show will run November 21st to December 27th. This shows, if you're familiar with the movie, it's pretty much a similar thing, but with song. Buddy, a young orphan, mistakenly crawls into Santa's bag of gifts and is transported to the North Pole. The would-be elf is raised unaware that he's actually a human until his enormous size and poor tour-making abilities cause him to face the truth. You guys are familiar with this movie?
Oh, 100% familiar with the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've not seen the musical, but I've seen the movie.
I've not seen the musical.
So I'm looking forward to that. So that's all we have for Aurora Theatre. We're going to keep going with Harbor Playhouse. The rest of their season, this season, they have two shows that are currently going to go on. The one that they already cast and will start on September 26th and running through October 26th is Legally Blonde, the musical. Legally Blonde musical follows Elle Woods, a fashionable sorority girl who enrolls at Harvard Law School to win back her ex-boyfriend, Warner.
One of my favorite movies of all time, and to see it as a musical, I'm really excited about that.
This is a musical I've actually seen, and it's really good. And then seeing the musical is even that much when they put music to the actual plot, the story. It really stands out. So it's one to see. So if you guys can get tickets for that, you can head on to Harbor Playhouse website and buy your tickets there as well. They are also going to do, finishing out the season, A Christmas Carol. They do that pretty much every year, and that'll be running from November 21st to December 21st of 2025. And this, of course, is the Christmas Carol, from Charles Dickens. This is the story that you probably seen on TV done a million times. I think they did one with Jim Carrey and kind of the
Such an amazing Christmas story.
the Polar Express type kind of animation that they did. That one was really good. I really enjoyed that one. There's a Muppet version, I believe, of it with Michael Caine. That one was really good, actually. So they do a bunch of takes on this one. It's a really good show. And, of course, get your tickets at Harbor Playhouse.
We are really excited to see what Harbor has put out for their 2026 season. So I'm going to do, as quickly as I can, a quick overview of what they have announced. Starting off the 2026 season, they have A Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the musical, January 23rd through February 8th. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a musical. Let's see if I can talk correctly and read correctly. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the musical, is a family-friendly show based on Jeff Kinney's book series, following Greg Heffley as he tries to survive middle school by becoming popular. We do not have any of the audition dates for any of these shows, so definitely check out their website for any additional information on audition days. The second 2026 season show is going to be The Producers, March 6th through April 4th. The Producers is a musical comedy about Max I'm not going to be able to say that name correctly. Bialystok, a washed-up Broadway producer, and Leo Bloom, a neurotic accountant who schemed to get rich by producing a surefire flop, a musical called Springtime for Hitler. Sounds hilarious. I've heard amazing things about this show, and I have not yet seen it. So, third show of their season is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, May 15th through June 14th. This is going to be very similar to, I'm assuming, the Disney version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's set in Paris during the 15th century. The story centers on Quasimodo, the deformed bell ringer of Notre Dame Cathedral, and his unrequited love for the beautiful dancer La Esmeralda.
Ooh.
The fourth show of their season is Godspell Jr. Godspell Jr. is 1 hour stage musical for young performers adapting John Michael Tebalak.
Bless you.
Terry, I was thinking you were going to help me with the last name. The original work of Stephen Schwartz score into a version focusing on kindness, tolerance, and love through parables from the Gospel of Matthew, using innovative theatrical elements like pantomime and vaudeville. That's going to be really good. And I love that they're doing it as a junior, assuming that means it'll all be 18 and under cast.
Yes.
The fifth show of their season is Cats, which is going to be July 17th through August 16th. Cats, the musical, centers on the Jellicle Cats, a tribute of cats who gather from their annual Jellicle Ball, where their leader, Old Deuteronomy, selects one cat to ascend to the Heaveside layer to be reborn into new life. Did I say those words correctly, guys? Because I'm getting weird looks from you.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
We are going to keep on moving. All right. And then they also are going to have Cats, the Young Actors Edition, which I believe, if I read somewhere correctly, they're doing it for their summer camp.
I believe so.
And then they are going to be doing, to start off their fall season, the Addams Family. I'm really excited about this one, guys. Really excited. So the Addams Family will be September 25th through October 25th. The Addams Family musical centers on the iconic Macabrie Addams family facing the ultimate nightmare. Their daughter Wednesday has fallen in love with a normal young man named Lucas Benecki. That has got to be a devastating thing for Morticia to witness, is her child falling in love with something normal. Yeah. I can't wait for this show.
Okay.
And then, of course, their yearly tradition of A Christmas Carol, November 20th through December 20th of 2026.
Rockport Little Theater. They're going to show Ken Ken Ludwig's Lend Me a Tenor, starting August 29th through September 14th. Lend Me a Tenor is author Ken Ludwig's hilarious slapstick comedy about a night at the opera where Henry Saunders, the general manager of the Cleveland Grand Opera Company, is primed to welcome world-famous singer Tito Morelli, known as the greatest tenor of his generation, is to appear for one night only as the star of the opera Pagliacci. Tito arrives late and, through a hilarious series of mishaps, passes out so that Saunders and his assistant Max believe he's dead. This one sounds interesting. The next one they're gonna have is The Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh. From
November 7th to November 23rd. The Shawshank Redemption play summarizes the wrongful conviction of banker Andy Dufresne for the murder of his wife and her lover. Sentenced to life in Shawshank Prison, Andy endures hardship, corruption, and violence while forging a deep friendship with fellow inmate Ellis Redding. Now, I've read this book and I've seen the movie, so I'm very excited for this play. And the last theater we have is Port Aransas Community Theater, with Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein opening October 9th through October 26th. Young Frankenstein is a musical comedy adapted from Mel Brooks' 1974 film, which spoofs the classic horror story. The story follows Dr. Frederick Frankenstein, who inherits his infamous grandfather's estate in Transylvania and reluctantly embraces his family's legacy.
That should be good.
That should be good.
I love the movie. The movie's awesome.
One thing we have not mentioned is the CCISD Aladdin Jr., so Corpus Christi Independent School District. All the high schools were able to audition, and their run date for public performances, all of the CCISD elementary schools get to go as a field trip, and that's really exciting for the elementary students. But for the public performances, looking at my calendar here, it looks like November 9th at 2 o'clock is performance number 1 for the public. Then we have November 15th. There are 2 performances that day, a 2 o'clock and a 7 o'clock. Then there are 2 more public performances. There is Thursday the 20th at 7, and then Friday the 21st at 7 as well. So get your tickets as soon as they go on sale. They might even be on sale already, because I know they also get really full really quick, especially with all the students' parents and aunts and uncles and everyone that wants to buy a ticket. They get pretty full pretty quick. So support the local community schools and their theater program by coming to see the show. The theater that they utilize is the Vets Memorial Theater at the high school, Vets High School Theater. Beautiful theater. They've done a really great job of putting that together and giving them the technology that they need to get it as close to professional as possible. It's been really impressive, all the shows I've seen there so far. And here we are at Aurora Arts Theatre with Mary Chapa, the owner of 15 Years and Going Strong. Hi, Mary. We're glad to have you.
Hey, Mary.
Hello. Hi, Mary.
How are y'all? So our very first question for you is, could you give us a brief overview of when the theater started and what the mission was?
Well, in all actuality, I really didn't even know about this until my husband had already put all the plans together, and he surprised me. He goes, guess what we're doing? So he wanted to establish a theater to honor his mom, who was named Aurora. So he just took the bull by the horns, as they say, and just started putting everything together. He found a space and got everyone that he knew involved. We had family members painting walls, and before you know it, here we are. And it's 15 years. So it became my dream after he passed, because sadly he died after a year, and I'm happy that it was a very successful first year, and he got to see that. And he just really loved this space and this whole concept so much. But he passed away unexpectedly of an aneurysm. And all of a sudden I found myself thrust into the middle of all of this. And I felt that I needed to keep it going in his honor. But more so, initially, I think I really kept it going because I needed something to save me. There was a time, just I felt a little lost, not knowing what to do and how to deal with my new life. And I just it was a time of adjustment for me. And there were times when I couldn't sleep, and I would just be at home. And I decided, well, what the heck, I'm just going to go to the theater and lock myself in. Sometimes that would be at 3 a.m, and I would just come in and start doing little things around here until I was tired enough, and I would go back home, go to bed. But everyone just helped me so much during that time. So I really feel, and I've said this 1,000 times, I feel like theater was Eddie's last gift to me because it gave me the ability to get over that loss. I was able to cope with it and adjust to my new life. And I felt like he was still here, he was still, because this was his dream. So I just kind of surrounded myself. And I've often invited other people, especially widows that I've met over the years, to come and just hang out because it was so important for me. It helped me tremendously just to be around other people and instead of just locking myself up at home and just, I just had to, it just really helped me tremendously. So it was his dream, but it actually helped me tremendously and to get through that devastating time.
Well, I love that you had that ability to have this place and you've kept it going. And as the community, I want to say thank you for having it open because it's been such a welcoming family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you.
Say a lot of good things about what you've done for me just by having this place open. So I'm going to go on to the next question after the show. What's a typical week look like behind the scenes as a theater owner?
It's pretty crazy. But
Straight to the point.
there's never a dull moment. There's so much to do. And I will say that I could not have done any of this without everyone that helps me. Just even the most basic things, just little things, dealing with costuming or lighting or just so many, the sound, the building of the set, which we have going on right now. All of these things I can't do alone. And I couldn't do any of this without the help of everyone that loves theater. So a typical week is just kind of, for me, it's making sure that everyone has what they need to do what they need to do. Because I certainly cannot put up a flat and I used to paint when we first started. I did, but I just can't anymore.
I can totally see Mary Chapa putting up flats.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I did the flats, but I did paint a lot. So, but there, that's been 15 years ago, and so a typical day for me now. Maybe before it was more, I did more manual stuff, but now it's just more about just making sure that everyone has what they need so that they can do what they need to do to get this production, up and running.
My question to you is, what advice would you give somebody who dreams about opening a theater or running their own theater?
Well, I think that kind of ties into what I just said, is in that you better have a lot of people that that are capable and who have the same love for it that you do. Because like I said, if you don't have that support, it's going to be an uphill battle. And like I said, there's no way I could have ever done this alone. I would have shut down that first month after my husband died, had I not had the people. And I remember coming in to the theater the first time after my husband passed, and we were in the middle of a show, and we were going to open a show, but we had been in the middle of rehearsals and everything. And when I came in, it was just a really uplifting feeling when I walked in, and everyone that was involved in the production, whether they were actors and many other people who weren't even involved in the show were here, and they just all lined that opening wall. As I walked in, I went and I greeted each one. It was, you're gonna make me cry.
That's great too.
But it might have been a very insignificant or small moment in time, but it made a big impact. And I remember that like it was yesterday, just walking in and seeing that line of folks around. So that would be it. Just surround yourself with people that you know are there for you and that have the same love for what you have.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Oh, I cry all the time. It's just part of getting old.
Well, maybe this next question can lighten it up a little bit. What is your dream show? What would you love to see happen on the Aurora stage?
I don't really have a dream show. I just always think about what is best. What can I do on this stage? It's not so much that I mean, there are beautiful shows out there that I would love to have. Let's say, I love all the musicals, all the big ones. And I recently had a request to do Wicked. And I go, well, that is one I truly love. But there's just no way that could happen here. So I really don't have a dream show per se. I just enjoy that people love what they're doing. And if I'd like to give my all to each show. And that's pretty much it. I don't have one that I say, there's nothing on my bucket list, let's say.
Okay.
That bucket's getting closer every day.
So are there obstacles unique to running a community theater that you wish more people understood?
I think there's anything unique, in any business, no matter what it is, there are certain things that have to be done. In all aspects, whether it's dealing with the people that you have around you, the financial part of it. Just the supplies, making sure you have everything that you need. And it's not that I don't think it's different from any other business in that aspect. There is definitely a lot to do. But I think maybe if there was something that was different about theater, is just whereas a regular business, you have a set number of employees that come in every day and they clock in, clock out, and you see them maybe for 5-10 years, and it's the same employee. And here it's like every 6 weeks, every several weeks, we have a whole new group of employees. But I say employees, but again, remember that they're all volunteers, they're all actors that are here trying to either just have something fun to do or hone their craft if they have aspirations of becoming something, bigger in the artistic world, which is great. Whatever their reason for being here, I'm here to support that. And but you meet people from all walks of life. Oh, I don't know. I've had in my lifetime and being involved in theater, I've met doctors and I've met people who are taxi drivers and nurses and just so many different people from all walks of life that it's I don't know, it's just it's a very unique place because it is constantly changing. And I think that's maybe one of the biggest challenges is constantly making sure that you meet all these new changes that come around every 6 or 7 weeks. Yeah.
What would be your proudest moment since the beginning?
One proudest moment, and I earlier we talked something about that, and I figure it's like how do you choose? It's like how do you choose which of your children you like most? You can't do that. Every play that we've done is different. They all bring different challenges, just like kids do. So all these plays have been my kids, I guess. But yeah, so they're all special. They all brought something to our theater, but they also brought something to our community, to everyone who saw that play. And you might see a play that affects you in one way, someone else is going to be affected totally differently. So no, I don't have a one play or one moment that kind of shines or stands out, because I value all of them equally.
Well, we are super, super thankful that you took time in your extremely busy schedule. We know how much you're doing and how busy you are, so we are very thankful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any closing thoughts or ideas from Miss Mary Chapa before we close this interview?
If your heart is in theater, give it a shot. Come out and try out for a play, audition for a play, and we'll be here. And if you've never auditioned for a play and you'd like to come and just see the process, we can accommodate you there as well, so that you can see what's expected. And if they tell you anything, just say that I sent you.
I love it. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the auditioning process. We're going to just kind of go around the table and talk about what we have experienced in the audition process, what we believe we can take from it. So, Jessica, what do you think we could take from the process of auditioning from the beginning to the end, coming from a director's point of view and from an actor's point of view?
From a director's point of view, I don't think you guys realize, if you haven't been a director, how hard it is to see such amazing talent audition and have to tell any amount of people no. It's such a hard thing to have to do, and finding the right person for the right role. If you're not chosen for a show, that doesn't mean that you weren't good. It just means that the director had a different vision for what that character brings to their show. So never stop auditioning. Always audition. Even if you don't get a part, auditioning in general is great practice. Go with full intent of getting something, but then if you don't give up. Just keep going. During the interview, or not the interview, but during the audition process, one thing I like to see is be insane with the character that they've given you. Do not be afraid to overact. And I'll even say this during auditions is, I want to see you go insane with this read through for this blind read. I would like to know that I can pull you back versus having to pull more out of you. I would rather have to ask you to bring it down a little bit, because that way I know you can give a lot. Rather than if you don't give enough energy, I don't necessarily know if I can pull more out of you. So I'd rather see too much than not enough as a director. And if you do not get a role, or do not get a role that you are specifically wanting, don't be afraid to ask the director for feedback and be like, hey, what can I do different the next time I audition? Was there something I could have done better this time? I want to grow. I want to learn. And if that director is a good leader, they will have absolutely no problem giving you that feedback to let you know how to grow as an actor and to do better on your next audition. And it simply could be that you did amazing, but what you are giving doesn't fit the character the way they saw it. Right. So those are just a few tips from a director's point of view on what to expect at an audition and what to give and what to do. Now, musical auditions are a whole nother story. And I think Cameron's about to touch on musical auditions, because that is a beast.
Yeah, musical auditions. As I said in the first episode, musical auditions are pretty much a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
They're For the vocal portion, the director will either have a piece or two from the show itself, or they'll pull a different song altogether. These vocal directors, they will more than likely push your voice to the limit.
Yeah.
And if your voice cracks, that's completely fine. Like, just keep going. Don't stop. Don't waver. Just keep on going. And
You want to see that if there's an accident on stage, you can just keep on pushing.
exactly. And as for the dance process, the choreographer will have one already done for you. They really just want to see you give it your all. Don't be stiff. If you look like an idiot while you're dancing, look like an idiot. Like, that's all there is to it. They just want to see that you can keep going. That even if you don't remember the exact choreography, do something on your own. That way they can see, oh, hey, this person can improv.
Exactly.
And that is something that directors will sometimes look for. Like, hey, this person didn't stop. They kept going. They did something on their own. That looks great. As for, like, reading lines, it's the same as a straight play. They'll give you
The sides to read.
the sides to read, the character that you're wanting to read for. If you want to read for another character, just let them know. And again, just be an idiot. Like, nobody is going to judge you for being an idiot. And
We do prefer it. We really prefer you just get out there and give it everything. And if you feel like you're looking like a fool, you're probably doing it right.
amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Like, just that whole audition part it's a safe space, basically. Whether it's a musical or straight play, it's a safe space.
Very safe space.
Nobody looks more ridiculous than the next person. Like, everybody's gonna look ridiculous in their own way, and that's part of the fun.
At least in a good community theater family,
Yeah.
right? I mean, yeah. And if you're not in a safe place when you audition, it's not a good family to be a part of anyway.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure you're choosing a theater that provides you with that safe space, and that should be all goals of a community theater.
Exactly. I guess I can speak to what my first audition was. Not really having just wanted to do it and just try through the process. I didn't know that we're talking about just let it all hang out. I was kind of reserved, and that was probably one of my reasons why maybe I didn't get the position or the role. But it was a hard process. Dancing, singing, and learn the lines all in one night, and they let you come back twice. Sometimes theaters say, you know what, if you didn't feel comfortable, come back tomorrow.
I remember
The second, in audition.
yeah, for West Side Story, Peter said show up one night and that's it.
Some people, sometimes they only want to see you once.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to think to what you've done. So you could have done a great job, and they're seeing what they needed to see to get the idea if you could do the role or not.
Yeah.
And some people say, hey, if you want to come back and try it again, you can. I know one year we did for Rocky, and the first time I did it was a song from the show, and then the second year was a Meatloaf song. And it was like, what? And like, I'm 55 years old, so I was probably the only one alive besides Peter that actually was alive when it came out originally, and everybody, I heard that song on MTV Classics or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I heard it when I was
Classics.
came out, and I was actually there to listen to it live. But anyway, so I knew the song, I just didn't know how to sing. The Meatloaf has his higher,
Yeah.
and I don't have a high voice, but to the encouragement, and this is what comes with good music directors and people, they encourage you to give it your all, to try the best that you can, because you never know, you might hit that note, but it's learning that what you can do. And most musical directors will go through the scale first to see where you fall, tenor, baritone, soprano, whatever, and so they don't put you in a position where you're gonna crack. They're gonna keep you in that area. Peter was really good about saying, you know what, I know this is an octave higher, why don't you sing it an octave a little bit lower, and that way you don't crack your voice and it sounds better. So those little things helped me out, especially the second time. Gave me more confidence, especially knowing what the process was the second time. Going in and flying blind, I not know what's going on. Didn't know anybody in the theater. I knew a couple people maybe, and that was it. But it was new people, new friends.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They're all going through the same thing you're doing. They're auditioning for parts, and again, they might not be chosen, but it's the experience that you go through that makes you better. And I'm always the kind of person that says, if you have from the actor's point of view, if you have an opportunity to act in any kind of thing, take it, because not just that you might not get that part, you might get that part, but other people might see you and remember you for something they're doing, and that would fit good what I'm doing maybe, and give that just goes, especially in a smaller community like ours, where we're a tight group of people who do film and do acting on stage. It's a pretty tight community, and once you get in that little family, everybody's friends. I mean, I've had nothing but good experiences with the people that I act against. I've got some of my great friends or actors that I've just met in the last 3 years, and that's the testament of the community and what it takes to lift people up and make them feel that they belong and they can do. So that's just me. I don't know if you have any other things about auditioning. And
I agree to all of that. And adding that, yes, if they allow you to come to both audition days, take it, do it.
Yes, do it.
Absolutely do it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Then there's the idea and thought, if you are new to acting and you're just taking a shot at it, whether you're new or not new, when you get offered an ensemble part, take that ensemble role, get to know the people in that community, at that theater, learn the behind the scenes, especially if you're new at it. Don't not take the role just because it's ensemble. I mean, you're going to learn so much and meet so many people and create amazing relationships and friendships. So
Cameron attested this. The ensemble role is usually the people that are on the stage the most.
Yeah,
they are.
You get a lot more, 2 or 3 different parts, and it tests your acting skills. If anything, that's better than sometimes the lead, because the lead is just doing that one person.
Yeah.
And sometimes the ensemble is doing, I've seen 10, 15 different characters come out and they have to do different ones and change, and the excitement of the fast pace of having to go back and change and come back out and be totally different than you were 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
ensemble members,
Love that.
besides the main actors, ensemble members make the show.
Oh, yes.
In my opinion.
Agreed.
Whether you sometimes you can have a minor line, and hey, an audience member could laugh. You could hit that audience member like in any way. An ensemble member will always make a show.
Yes, they make or break it for sure.
Exactly.
I think Cameron's got a joke for us before we close out the podcast series.
Yeah, I actually do have a joke for y'all, but I need to tell you about this play I saw on electricity. So many shocking moments.
We're our resident comedian,
Yes,
and
love it.
we bring in jokes every episode. I think that's going to be the
I think,
requirement now.
that's the requirement now. Cameron,
Go with another one.
you must bring a new joke each episode.
I will be prepared.
Oh, and then don't we have a question for the audience?
Okay, yes, we do have a question, don't we? Did we decide on what that's going to be? A trivia question.
A trivia question, yeah.
Okay, let me just preface this by saying that the question will be something, and the trivia question will be something that we spoke about in this episode. So it's somewhere in this episode you'll find the answer. So without further ado,
How many years of live community theater is Aurora celebrating?
Great question.
good question.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you know the answer, please do not post it in our Facebook pages so that we don't get everybody answering the same thing. Send it to our email, and the email is actorscreatingtogether2025@gmail.com. I know it's long, but that's the only thing that was available.
And if you send in the correct answer, we will put your name in a drawing for a to be determined prize at the end of the year,
Yeah. At the end of the fall season. So I guess
at the end of the fall season.
the last show somewhere around that area,
Somewhere around there, yeah.
November, December sometime.
Yeah.
We will announce the winner. Hopefully we'll have at least 2 or 3 more questions. That way we can
Oh, yeah.
pick out of 3 or 4 people.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
But thanks you guys for joining us again. Join us next time and we'll have more interviews, more topics to talk about. And if you have any ideas, please, again, post it on our Facebook page, or you can send us an email again at that email, actorscreatingtogether2025@gmail.com. For Jessica and Cameron, I'm Mario Aguilar. Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All opinions and comments expressed by the hosts and guests of this podcast are solely those of the individual speakers and do not represent the views or positions of any theater or theatrical organization with which they may be affiliated.